I can't go on my job and tell my boss that if you want me to do my full job to the best of my abilities, you have to pay me an extra weekly subscription fee to unlock my full capabilities. When will this microtransaction nonsense stop? So I'm back and let's talk the Banshee. So I have made way more videos on this Dodge EV than anyone else. Somewhere in a range of 20 videos since EV Day last year. First, I was excited about it, but as more information has come out, the Banshee is just a terrible idea. Not just because it is an EV, but all the hidden fees and software lock features this vehicle will come with. But what if I told you the hardware needed for several options will already be installed, but then you had to pay more money to be allowed to use them on an already expensive car? To draw the point home that this is not just some kind of EV problem, think of this example. Imagine you buy a Challenger or Charger Scat Pack. Imagine it's somewhere around $80K. The only option you picked was probably the color, maybe some wheels, maybe the sunroof, and probably choose between leather or cloth seats. Then imagine Dodge has an app where you can unlock 700 horsepower through an over-the-air update for around, let's say, $7,000. If you want the red-eye 797 horsepower, then let's say you pay another $7K and now you can unlock it. And imagine Stellantis made these vehicles such a pain to upgrade that you have to go through their app in order to unlock the car's full performance. So if you, for example, wanted to buy this vehicle for your young college-age kid, you basically overpaid for a 500 horsepower ICE or maybe EV vehicle. Most of us won't put an 800 horsepower vehicle in the hands of our young 20s, maybe teenage kids. I know some will make the argument that you can upgrade the car as your child gets more mature, but a lot of people swap out into several of the same car because you can just get a loan, and that's a cheaper way to upgrade. When you upgrade to a new car, also resetting the car's wear of its components all the way back to zero. Imagine you buy the Banshee and do, let's say, 15,000 miles on it a year. 5 years and let's say 75,000 miles later, now you decide you want to unlock the additional 200 horsepower. Now the vehicle has 5 years of age on it, let's say 100,000 miles worth of wear on it. And let's say now your vehicle gets a little less EV range, some of the components are starting to wear out, you're outside your warranty period, and now something breaks. Well, you just spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to unlock all these features out of your pocket, and now you gotta fix something else out of pocket. That might be expensive as well, even though you just paid $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to unlock some horsepower. Now I bet majority of people watching this video are not using the same smartphone they had 5 years ago. At some point, the phone started to glitch, not get much battery life, and you recognize that you needed a new phone. So how is this gonna work for EV vehicles? Because a lot of people don't hold on to them for that long. So take the phone example and apply that to an $80K car, and would you pay to unlock more horsepower from a product that you live with for the last 5 years that has had issues? And realistically, we know these cars are going to have software issues. The newest vehicles Stellantis has made are the Wagoneer and the Grand Cherokee models. If you go into their Facebook groups, I promise you will see so many software related issues. It was just earlier this year that Jeep had to pause sales because of software related issues. So many people have gotten their brand new Grand Cherokee or their Grand Wagoneer or the Wagoneer models, and then they try to start it and they basically got like a 5,000 pound weight sitting at their door, and these are not even EVs. As much as I like Android, it's not the most reliable operating system, and companies are using it because it is very cheap to use and to integrate. So if you have a buggy car, will you pay more to unlock the features, or would you rather trade the car back in and try your luck with another vehicle? If Stellantis is already having software problems on regular vehicles, imagine what's going to happen when you have all these new features that are installed in these EV cars, and they're all got all these software locks, and the computer trying to figure out, oh, which one can allow you to do, which one can allow you to do. Oh, you didn't pay for this, so I can't get you to do this, so blah, 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 blah. It's going to go crazy. I'm not speculating that these cars are going to have a lot of things blocked. Stellantis already confirmed during Software Day a few months ago.
Doing to the second pillar, features on demand. We will give our customers the ability to upgrade their vehicles in real time. Here are a few examples. Dodge is developing performance upgrades, launching actually next week, including driver-tunable software that will deliver an immediate horsepower boost while retaining the car's emissions compliance. Software will also enable Alfa Romeo to enhance the sportiness and bring the driver-centric experience to the next level. And with the all-new Tonale, the instrument cluster will become part of the brand new human-machine interface. And for our Ram pickup owners, customers can increase the capability of their truck to handle greater loads. Now let's talk about long road trips. The ability to customize your in-cabin experience with entertainment options like premium stereo, Wi-Fi, streaming music, or Fire TV built-in can be added easily on the fly. You can quickly see the opportunities unfolding. We are projecting annual growth of more than 60%.
So you see some horsepower locks, the Hornet's gonna have some software locks when it finally arrives, and you see that your brand new Ram truck, it's gonna have some of its capability locked and limited until you pay extra for it, even though you expected your truck to have as much capability as you paid for. When I buy a vehicle, I pick and choose the options that I want and that I can afford. I don't want some overlord to overcharge me for a vehicle that I already overpaid for because all the options on that particular vehicle are already pre-installed. And it will be overpriced because Stellantis is not going to sell a car at a loss on the hopes that people are going to pay the extra money to unlock features. This is nothing but a sneaky way to charge you an additional manufacturer markup, kind of like how dealers like to charge you ADMs. Imagine you buy an iPhone 14 Pro Max at let's say $1,000, and then Apple says, hey, for $5 more, you can lock even more features that this phone is already capable of doing. But the problem is you already paid $1,000 and it's already on a 2-year agreement. And with that agreement, you're paying, let's say $15, $20 a month for the next 2 years. Now you got to spend $5 out of your pocket to unlock the rest of the features instead of just being sold a phone with $1,500 and spread that payment out over 2 years. Yes, hello? I mean, I can pick them up. I mean, y'all ain't number like 10 minutes from the house.
1 hour later.
No way the top Banshee trim is going to be significantly cheaper than the Tesla Model S Plaid it has to compete against. If they sell the top Banshee trim for, let's say, $100,000, for example, you have to spend $10,000, maybe $20,000 to unlock horsepowers and features out of your pocket. That's a lot of money to spend, especially if your car is outside of its warranty period. Ever since Stellantis has been created, performance vehicles prices have gone through the roof with that company. Just look at the TRX. Not even 2 model years are done yet, and the base price went up $10,000. Red Eyes, they're over $80,000 now with no options. No way the top Banshee will be under $100,000, especially when Tim Kuniskis already told us that all the hardware will be baked into the car. So no trips to the dealer to get anything installed. It's just over-the-air software upgrades.
We can offer, I can offer a track day feature. I can offer a feature that says, hey, you want to buy it for the weekend. And then if you like it for the weekend while you're at the track, you can then pay more and keep it, things like that. And even though you can do more performance with electrification with some updates, you still have to have hardware, right? You still have to have suspension, you still have to have brakes, you still have the tires. And that's why we said, hey, we're going to launch 3 different trim levels, but 2 power levels up on each of those trim levels is going to be available through direct connection. The reason that we did that and didn't say, hey, it's 1 power level and you can buy 8 more is because you need the hardware. So you buy the first car and we're going to give you the hardware that we're not going to let you outrun your suspension, your wheels, your tires, your brakes, and still step up. And then the next one, you're not going to be able to outrun your wheels, tires, brakes, and then the next one, and the next one. So we're going to bake that capability in. If you buy the car and you never upgrade it, did you overpay a little bit? Yeah, maybe a little bit. You got a little more brake, a little more suspension, a little more tire than maybe needed. But
even though I like the Banshee, this car needs to flop. This car has to be a failure because everything I said previously. I don't want to spend $100,000 on a car that someone else has control of then pay a ransom to release the features the company is holding hostage. People are so used to making payments on things in life now, all these companies are cashing in on this opportunity. We didn't have hundreds of monthly streaming services 10 years ago. There wasn't companies like BMW trying to charge you like $12 a month to use heated seats. But now everywhere you look, anything where software is involved, someone is playing games with your wallet to figure out how to get more out of it. If this trend keeps continuing, you'll spend $5 here, 10 there, 40 over here, 50 there, and your monthly bills are gonna start looking like your grocery list for a 4th of July party. The Banshee and all these other cars with microtransactions have to flop or it'll only get worse. We are already confirmed that the Banshee will have software locks for horsepower, entertainment options, sound quality, and most likely those driving modes Tim Kuniskis mentioned during Speed Week. I am not anti-EV. I'm still waiting 2 years for my Hummer EV. And as far as I know, the only subscription service that vehicle has is probably OnStar and Super Cruise. I don't hear anyone saying so far that charging, crowd walk, or Watts to Freedom mode is unlocked via a subscription service. I like the Banshee, but every time I hear new information about it, I'm like, no, this car needs to fail badly. Would you go and spend $200,000 for a house that has a basement, but the door is blocked off, and the realtor tells you that, for another $50,000, you can unlock this feature? This is how ridiculous the future is about to get. Cars that cost as much as a decent house, and then you gotta pay a ransom to unlock things the car already has installed. But I want you guys to let me know, what do you think? Should the Banshee and other microtransaction cars be allowed to fail to stop this crazy trend from catching on? Do we want all products in the future to be sold limited in performance or capability at a high price, and then you pay a ransomware to get full control of it? I can't go on my job and tell my boss that if you want me to do my full job to the best of my abilities, you have to pay me an extra weekly subscription fee to unlock my full capabilities. When will this microtransaction nonsense stop? But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you leave me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It really helps the channel grow. Be on the lookout for merch like this and others in my merch store. And until the next video, I'm out.